Hello and welcome back to my channel, or just welcome. Today we're gonna talk about the bear family, or bear family, whatever. They are living here, and you can see it is Uber Bear and Lucy, not Lucy, Lily, Burb living here. So yeah, let's go into the family. And here we have the second bear household. As you can see, they are living in one of the old condos that I have modified a little bit to have space for their kids, and made it more kid and family friendly with toys and or with playground things and pools and stuff like that. And none of them had cared to remove any of the leaves from the fall, so I guess that's what they're gonna work on next time I get into them. The people living here is Uber Bear. He is the son of Tiffany Bear and Kevin Bear. His sister is Valdi Pleasant, as we have talked about. And as you can see, he has two kids. He has Brand Bear and Madison Burb. And why these names are different is because the lady he has gotten the kids with is Lily Burb. And at this point, they haven't had the ones to get either engaged or married, so I'm not gonna force them to. They are steady at the moment, so they are an official couple and they have kids together. And I feel like at this point, Uber is just happy to live with his best friend and the person he loves the most in the world, and that is Lily Burb. And when they got the first kid, they were like, "Oh, what do we do with the last name?" And they agreed on, well, he's just gonna be called Bear. Get the first name or Uber's last name, and then the second child can get her last name. So when Madison got born, she became Burb. I feel like when these two, when, if, more like if they want to get married at any point, um, the kids themselves can choose, at least depending on which names they have, or not names, which age they are in. For example, Brand, he is a teenager. If they re-roll the runs and they both want to get married, and they get married, Brand is old enough to choose whichever of the last names he want to keep. If he want to keep Bear, or he's gonna be a Burb. um, Honestly, I have the feeling like that even though they get married, they would maybe just keep their last names and just don't care about the names need to be the same. So many in this neighborhood really care so much about their last name and keeping the family name alive, and so on and so forth. And I feel like these two are like, well, we are in a family, the last name doesn't matter too much. I like my name, I like my name. I like your name, I like your name, whatever. I don't think they care too much about the whole last name thing. And with them not caring at all, they of course care so much that they they divide their last names onto their kids. But if you see, when I click on Uber Bear, he only have two kids. But when I look at Brand, he have extra sibling, and this is Sane Burb. Um, he is an alien baby, and it was Lily that got abducted. I think last round or the round before. I think it was last round, and she just before the round ended popped out saying Burb. I have a mod that makes it possible for both genders to get abducted and get impregnated. That is why this happened. I don't feel like either Lily or Uber wants more kids, honestly. So it wasn't really a planned thing. It was just she wanted to stargaze, so that was a thing that happened, and then she got pregnant. That is the recipe with stargazing through the telescope, I guess. But yeah, let's look more in detail into the different people here. And here we have Uber Bear. He is a knowledge sim. He is quite sloppy. He's in the middle of shy and outgoing. He's active, playful, and a little bit more nice than grouchy. I don't think he. Oh, he actually has a bio. Uber has taken a lot from his parents. He loves to learn, and he know the importance of family. It was easy for him to know who he would live his life with. Lily made that really easy, cause she was exactly like him. Now they have their house with their kids. Even though they aren't married, they are happy where they are, and Uber doesn't need more than that, than what he has here. So that sums it up quite well. The marriage part isn't that important for them. I feel like if they find at some point find other people they want to be with, they're gonna split everything evenly. That is just how they are, both of them, and that is why they fit so well together. Um, if we look into Uber's, everyone is just going ham on their educations. It's quite interesting. Um, yeah, I'm gonna just look at his memories. As you can see, Lilith was from already, not Lilith, Lily. Was from the start his love of his life. I don't think he actually had much to do with others. Um, their teen years, he at least was mostly interested in her and didn't really need anyone else. He of course had some friends and stuff like that, mostly his family. Um, but other than that, he didn't really need so many else. When he went to college, he though tried just experimenting a little bit with one of the dormies. But in the end, I feel like Lily just had his heart. So after college, he moved out. He got a job, and I'm pretty sure they moved in together quite fast. Yeah, yeah. You see, that was the point where they moved in together. Um, and from there, it was just them two being a family, slowly getting kids, and even have family reunions and stuff like that, and being quite happy. They didn't. I don't feel like they need anything else in life right now, and honestly, it's going quite well. Um, I know the going steady is just here, but that is because I installed the Go Steady for adults a little bit late. Actually, very late. It's quite new. I think it was almost the same time as I installed the romantic standards simplified mod. So yeah, that's why it is here. But I just felt like it fit them really well to actually have, like, they're not just in love, they are actually together, but they just didn't want to marry, at least not yet. Uh, so yeah, that was a little bit about Uber. And here we have Lily. Just ignore all the clipping. I had noticed that it clipped so much, and I'm gonna fix that at some point. She is also a knowledge sim. She is really sloppy, she's outgoing, she's active, she's really serious, but she is also really nice. And if you look at their personalities in that way, they aren't too much like each other. Like Uber is super playful and she's really serious, but it just fits like it fits for both of them so well. And Lily's bio says, Lily came from such a big family where love and family was the most important. But for Lily herself, learning and painting was the most important. So when she finally found Uber that had the exact same interests as her, she knew she found the one. Um, found the one. They aren't even married, but it doesn't feel like they need to. No, they are happy just being partners and have their kids. So she feels the same way as Uber. I don't even remember. Yeah, she has arts and craft, and he has nature. But honestly, I feel like um, making it to arts and craft too, because I feel like these two could just have such a good time being at their easels and painting right beside each other. I feel like that would be so cute for them. Um, and here we have her memories. Um, it looks like it reminds me quite a lot of of Uber's memories. They are just so similar, and they have been that almost the whole way through. Yeah, so Uber was her first, as she was his. She had a little bit of a kiss with Lewis at some point, but I feel like that was just more of a experimental thing, and not because they actually liked each other. Maybe it was because he really wanted to try to kiss a girl because he knew he liked both boys and girls, and he had kissed soon at that point, but not a girl, and he wanted to make sure. And Lily put, yeah, well, sure, I can help you with that. Um, they didn't really go further than that, anyways. So it fit quite well, I feel like. Well, then they shortly after got to college, and from there she didn't even have anyone else. She just focused on her graduating, and she graduate. Words are so hard sometimes. Graduated with honors, and she even had a graduation party. I don't go through the parties very often because I feel like it's not necessary. And from there, she moved into one of the cheap apartments, got a job, and then moved in with Uber. Um, and from there, you kind of know the story. Nothing big has happened from there, and they have had a lot of family gatherings and parties and stuff like that. I think they do that every time they have. Oh yeah, I think this has been where they have actually been. She has been invited to gallery like family parties. That makes sense. She is still a big part of the Burp family, um, and I think she will always be that. Um, it doesn't matter too much for her. Like she what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say, what matters to her is having people she likes around her. And in her childhood, her and her sisters were really tight, at least her and Luna was. Of course, Lucy moved out quite early, but as you can see, she has a really good relationship with Lucy. I think she even have a better relationship with Lucy than Lucy have with Luna. Um, and as I remember, she also have a really good. Yep, she does. She has a really good relationship with Luna too. Um, but yeah, she really loves her sisters and also her brother. Honestly, um, they were always like holding together, and they covered for each other when they needed to sneak out and see boys and girlfriends and stuff like that. I feel like both John and Jennifer was like just like, okay, give up. You do you girls, and Leon, you just go your way. It's fine. We will accept whatever. Just don't do anything criminal. Because they really have helped each other a lot. So she loves her family and is at every party everyone holds, and it's never stopping. They all keep doing these parties. Uber isn't that like he is close with his family, of course, but they don't have these big family gatherings. But he, of course, go to the different family gatherings with the Burbs family. Um, of course, she got abducted, and then she got her kid sane, and that's kind of it. That's where they are now, and I feel like they're quite happy where they are. She is in science, which fits her quite well. If she's gonna stay there, I think so. For now, it doesn't seem like she wanna do anything else, at least. So here we have Bran doing his homework like a good kid. He is a romance sim, as you can see. That was what he rolled. He is super sloppy. He is really outgoing. He's active, playful, and a little bit more nice than grouchy. I don't think, yeah, he doesn't have a bio because he's quite new in the hood. He is nearing the middle of his teen years. He's doing really well. Honestly, I feel like he is just doing his thing. I don't even know how many. Yeah, he at least had a lot to do with Willow Goth, and he also had a little bit to do with Dakota Thomas, which I feel like makes sense because if I remember right, Lilith is good friends with Dakota's mom. I remember it completely wrong. Do they even know each other? No, she doesn't have anything with Carly. I feel like. Oh, no, no. Carly is good friends with Skylar and Cynthia. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Memory things, that's good. um, but yeah, we were talking about Brand though. He had a little bit to do with Dakota and a lot to do with Willow Goth. If I remember correctly, Willow Goth is also a romance sim, so that's just probably gonna be a one-time thing or just like a we are having fun thing. He is attracted to a lot of people, it seems like, and I feel like it looks like he is have found another potential um, one to flirt with. But let's try to look into his memories to see what he actually have has been up to. Of course, all the baby things and kid things. His mom got abducted, and that was around the same time he was on a date with Dakota, and they had a date, a really great date actually, a dream date. Um, two of them it looks like. Yeah, he had two dream dates with Dakota, and shortly after he had a dream date with Willow Goth, where he also had a kiss and a make out. Um, and he even fell in love with her. Okay. So he is started on up on his love life already, and I feel like he is gonna do that at least into his teen years. Um, Maybe it's gonna fit him to change his aspiration when he gets to college, but we're gonna see what he wanna do. Um, for now, he's just living his life as a romance sim, and I have this feeling that the teenagers are more relaxed about the whole being a romance sim and just having fun than the adults are. Um, of course, there are Sims that still feel betrayed, but the romance teens are just going for it, at least in my neighborhood. But I think we should look at his sister Madison now. So here we have her, all in her clothes, and she is a princess girl. She likes princessy things. There isn't a lot in her room. I think I need to decorate it because I feel like she would be like a really, really girly girl. She likes pink and the whole red velvet thing. A little bit of a royalty, I guess, in her own mind at least. She is quite sloppy. She's in the middle of shy and outgoing. She's really active and really, really playful, and she's quite nice. Of course, she doesn't have a bio yet either. She is in the middle of her child years before she's growing into a teen. Um, as the rest of the kids, there isn't a lot to say about her. She has some friendship, or at least growing friendships here. Um, I feel like her relationships to her brother is a little bit rocky because he is just that bit older than her, so they haven't had a lot of time as children together. And now that he's a teen, he doesn't really want to play much, and he rather want to go out. And she's quite alone sometimes. But as you can see, she really wants to be friends with Gia, and I think that is for sure gonna happen if you look at the friendship points. So yeah, that is Madison. I don't think there's so much else to say about her. No, that's just kind of the same. Um, we will see where she's going. she's gonna be interested in gaming. Um, I guess that doesn't fit with her princess image, but then again, maybe she's gonna play a princess game. We will see where it's going. And here we of course have Zane. We can't really see much about it because he's still just a baby. If you're wondering why I have so many different alien skins, is because I had one with three different multiple PTs, and then I asked in some forums and some discords if there was a way to switch it out, because I kind of felt like the ones in that one, it wasn't what I wanted now. And the only alien that actually came out from that was Gia, the really red and strong faced alien girl. And I got told as long as I keep the character files, it should be fine. And then I just removed the multiple PT mod and put a new one in. So I have a lot more different um, aliens now. Of course, this is always a risky thing to do, so do it carefully. And I do it because multiple people from different places said that you could do that. So I'm willing to risk that, so I can get a little bit of different alien types in my game. It looks like she has a little bit of fur. I if I remember correctly, her technician, pollination technician, is like, yeah, a bunny. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how she looks when she grew up. I feel like I'm actually excited for the aliens now because there's so much. I think there's 6 different in the new multiple PT mod that I have, and I feel like that's such a big range, so I can get so many different alien types, if you can say it like that. Yeah. But yeah, that was the bear slash burb family. This is where they live. This is their old bed cover. I have removed it out here as long as the baby is small. You can see I haven't done this with the mind of actually showing it, or at least fixing it before I record it, but I doing stuff is not my thing, I guess. So this is their upstairs, and this is downstairs. As you can see, this is one of the more newer families, so I have used a little bit more of my newer CC, but it hasn't been at the point where I am going ham on decoration. At the moment, I am building up my clutter collection. Um, so we will see if I get better at the cluttering stuff up in the house. And that was all I had for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!